Alright, hey, once again, sorry for the camera had a little bit of moisture on the lens again. I keep it out here in the garage to try to avoid that, not keeping the house where the AC is, but so I didn't notice until I looked at the screen, and so I turn it off, flip it up so it's aimed at the ceiling fan, and I'll cool it off. Or, you know, dry up the moisture inside there. Okay, so we have a temporary tank on here, and let's see what it does. No choke. Alright, let's give it a little bit of choke. Okay, so we're getting the same thing still. Of course, I could probably turn that idle out a little bit. Alright, so this is definitely pointing to the carb issue. We'll try turning the air fuel out another half turn. I've got the exhaust sitting over there in the vibrator, ultrasonic. Yeah, I can sit and dork with this thing for hours and hours and hours, but something definitely ain't right. So instead of doing that, let's go over here. And I did find some parts. Forgot I had them. Gonna do too much crap. And that is another carb. It looks to be complete. I've got all the jets and everything. It's missing the float pin, which I can easily take off that carb. It definitely needs to go into the ultrasonic, so I'm letting it heat up thoroughly while I got the exhaust in there. And I did find that I must have purchased at some time one of these Chinese knockoff carbs. So we can give this a whirl as well. So we ruled out that it's not a fuel flow issue coming from the tank, because we got the temporary tank on, bypass the petcock, which I still need to take the petcock off of that bike again and take a look at it. But we have another option for here, and I don't even know where this carb came from. I know it wasn't the original carb, because here is the original carb, and it's junk. I don't even know why I kept it, but it, you know, I could get the needle out of there. I think the needle's still fine. But as you can see right here, somebody had tried to modify or do something with the float pin and drilled it out, so it's kind of junk. But I will take the needle out of here and the slide and see if those are clean and or usable. We'll drop them in the ultrasonic. So, alright, so I'll be back here in a minute. Alright guys, went ahead and put this Chinese carb on. Forgot to turn the camera on. Alright. So, it's doing the same exact thing. Alright, it runs for a bit and then dies. Like it's not getting fuel. Alright, so, you know, at that point it's like, okay, what else can it be? Alright, we know it's got good spark. Let me see if I can wind this up. See if we can get a zoom in on the spark plug. And get it in position so you guys can actually see it. Let's see here. Make sure you guys can see that plug down there. Hopefully that shows up. And let's see here. It's got excellent spark. So what we're going to do next is we are going to put a compression tester on it and see what we're getting. I still got flip the exhaust around and it's still over there in the vibrator. So we'll let it do its thing, because then I just got to wire brush it, and then I must have picked up another can of that paint last time I did Advance or AutoZone. Okay, so we should be reading better than 100 psi. Alright, so let's set that, try to set it right there, open the throttle. Alright, so first kick we're at 75. Okay, so we're at 105. So I think we got good compression. Okay, that's approaching 125. Okay, so we're at 125 now. Okay, I think we're going to top out at about 120. How's the scale reading? And it reads in 25 degree increments. So, alright, so hopefully this is showing up. We're pegging out, yeah, let's call it 125. Alright, so we got good compression, guys. That is not the issue. Now, that's not to say that we don't have a leak somewhere. And I'm kind of wondering if, when it's running, even though compression is good, are we leaking air? And I do see oil and wet stains, you know, oily stains, you know, back where the head is. So, you know, maybe that's part of the issue. When it's starting to run, it's getting an air leak in there, and it's kind of, well, we can kind of try to test it. Spray some brake cleaner, you know, or something in around the head while try to do it while it's running and see if it drops out. I was questioning this Chinese car because there's the fender bracket back here where my finger is, if it's showing up. That's where the fender bolts to it, and that carb is just touching it. So, I mean, I can always take that bracket off if we do end up finding out that it is the carb. But at this point, it is exhibiting the same issues with the other carb. So that's telling me, and I did, when I had it running briefly, I did spray it with some the brake cleaner. and I didn't notice it die out around the back part where I thought it might have been a little bit of a gap. So we can kind of rule that out, kind of. So let's see if I can even get it running long enough to spray. Let's give it some choke. Take choke off. Okay. I did not detect any leaks down there. So, I mean, I can always, check that. I can order a gasket kit, do that. But compression's great. We've seen that. It's 125. So, what else is it? Do I have? And buddy, I hope that is not the case. I do believe these have reeds in them. And getting this intake here off is no easy task, and I can't tell if it's ever been off, but those screws that are down there are extremely hard to get to, and if you have to put your impact on it. Yeah, those suckers are on there tight. So, man. Because I know on the yellow one, I was suspecting an issue with that, and I gave up. I gave up trying to get that thing off there. However, I can take the carb back off, because at this point, it's doing the same thing with both carbs. Runs for a few minutes, as you've seen, and then it's like it's running out of fuel. So we've got brand new gas in it. Tried the auxiliary tank, no change. Different, brand new carb on here, no change. Spark plug's great. Well, I think the spark plug's great. Double check it. I don't think I ever replaced it. No, definitely dark. Not horrible. I'll show you guys. See if I can zoom you out here and get this in the picture here. And it definitely got fuel on it. I don't think I have another one of these plugs. This is a BP7HS. I got B7HS. Alright, so it's measuring about the same. That's That's a V8 HS. Sorry. I think I see another one up here. Let me see. Alright, well, this is a brand new plug, and we're going to try it. It's a V7HS. And give this a whirl, guys. Maybe a brand new plug will be the ticket. No choke. What do you guys think about that? Plug fouling out? I don't like the responsiveness of this carb, so it could be this cable getting bound up too. Let's see here. Yeah, I might take this handle off here and drop some oil down that line. But the idle is not like enough. You heard the idle when you give it gas. Let's see if that helped any. All right, hold on a second. I'm going to grab an air filter. Well, who would have thunk it? That one's too big. I thought I had an air filter in my hand here a little bit ago. Yeah, these are all going to be just too big. No, I had one. Well, I thought I had one. Oh, I think it was for a different carb though. But anyway, yeah. Plug. What did I do with that other plug? It looked kind of rough, but actually I know in the other Express, I actually have an iridium plug in it, and that thing seems to run fine. So I may order another one of those and find out exactly what plug this thing takes. I don't know. I gotta look and see if I got documentation on it. But we've got it idling now, and that's the Chinese carb, so you know the aftermarket Chinese carbs work. And I did find in my box parts that I do have another one of these covers. Let me turn my screen around again. I have another one of these covers, so we can try the other carb, because like I said, I'd like to keep it original. And this carb will work. Obviously, you heard it running. But we'll have to put an aftermarket filter on it, or a filter screen, and then maybe an O-ring or something to hold it in place. But it does work. I really ought to buy a new cable. This one's kind of cracked up, and yeah, it's not in the greatest of shape. And the same with the choke, because I would like to keep it original. And these cables, this thing is a 1979. So, yeah, it's probably due for some new cables. But other than that, I haven't done anything else to this bike. I got it. I must have dorked with it sometime, because I know the thing was leaking fuel like mad. And I set it back there. I have no plans of restoring this thing like I did the yellow one, because it actually just needs really cleaned up. It's filthy, and maybe touch up some of the rough spots on the handlebars here. But no, I want to leave it like it is, and get this thing running and riding. And I know it ran when I first got it, because it's actually a few miles an hour faster than the yellow one. So what I'm going to do now is get the exhaust out of the vibrator, get that cleaned up, set it out here in the sun, let it dry so I can get some exhaust paint on it, and then we'll get that mounted back up. And then I will take this carb back off, put the original carb back on, and see if this new plug the old plug was indeed the problem causing it to foul out. Can't say I've ever seen that before. I've heard of people, plugs fouling out, but I don't know, man. So I guess time will tell. All right, so I'll be back here shortly. Alrighty, got this back rack off, and I was able to sink the back portion of this into the rust blast, and you can see the difference between the two. So I went at that with some steel wool. Looks better, but I don't have anything. I don't have enough rust blast. I've got containers big enough, but I don't have enough rust blast. Man, that stuff's expensive, so it's good enough. All right, so back to this. It was acting up again, doing the same thing in the first part of this video, and it's not the plug. And I definitely thought it was fuel related, and sure enough, I pulled the fuel line off, and I was getting particles of rust out of the tank. So here is the tank. And by the way, if you guys ever get an orange one of these, the Kubota Tractor Orange is very close match, because I sprayed the bottom of this because it was missing the paint. So I did run some oil down into the tank. I cleaned it out really good. I need to see if I can make a rubber gasket. I think I got some gasket material about that thin, but I don't know how well you're going to be able to see down in there. But it's pretty clean, rust-free. My weapon of choice is BBs. So all I do, and I know you can put the rust blast in the tank, which I could have done. Excuse me. And but I was soaking that rack, and I didn't have any, so I just put some degreaser and hot water in there and shook it around for a little bit. Emptied it out. I got to take a look at the petcock, make sure there's no issues with it, but I haven't noticed it leaking. So that is well, actually I cleaned the bike, so I forgot to even mention that. So as you can see, it definitely looks a lot better. I am not going to bother to repaint it because I think it looks fine. Sure, it's not perfect, but still got all the original stickers. There are a couple that are missing right up here, which I can get those. The only issue I did have was this little piece chipped off right here, but I put some JB plastic weld on there. So we'll see how well that holds. And waiting for my light bulb to show up. I'm going to take the carb back off again today. I won't record that because you guys have seen that. And just make sure that there is no rust sitting down inside of it. And then I'll get this all reassembled. And we'll take it from there. I need to go in the house and see if I've got... I know I got some of this foam stuff somewhere. The seat pad, the seat cover itself is, I don't know, 39 bucks on eBay. Same color, black and white. But I need to trim this out, and then layer it back in so it's even on both sides. So I need to do that, and then the rest of it is just getting the tank back on. The rear thing, I need to source a back light. This one will work. I need a cover for it, but obviously somebody has cut off parts of it, so if I ever did tag it, which I highly doubt, I'd have to drill some holes in it, and that's it. But I need to make sure that I can find I think I can find the cover for it. I think I've seen some of those on eBay, and I need to check that light bulb and then check the wiring. So that is where we are at the moment, and I will update you guys here shortly. Okay, just wanted to show you, this is the gasket that was underneath the gas cap, and as you can see, it's falling apart. I measured it. It's about 3 mil thick. I had this stuff here, and it is 3 mil thick, which is an 1/8 inch. And yeah, it may not be the prettiest, but it works, and it'll seal. So if you need to make a gasket, I haven't even checked online to see how much it is, but I'm sure it probably ain't cheap. So just use some silicone rubber gasket material and you'll be all set. So be back. All right, guys, this was, see all that down in there? Yeah, that was in the bottom of the float bowl. So took the carb back off and cleaned it back out. Of course, obviously I cleaned the tank, and that paint actually comes out pretty good. I forgot to paint that, so I still got the I got a throttle and a choke cable coming. These are kind of rough. They're kind of cracked up. You can see where my finger is right there. So I'm going to go ahead and replace those. The other cables look fine. They're not all cracked up, the brake cables, front and rear. So, and like I already discussed, the seat, I still haven't looked for the foam stuff. I got to put the tail light black plastic thing back on. And I'm going to order a cover on eBay. And, I mean, the tires are, they're okay. I mean, they got some wear in them. They got some cracking. I think on Treatland, I don't know, I want to say they're going to be close to 100. And on Amazon, about 105, give or take. So, if I plan on doing any kind of a lot of extensive riding with this, then yeah, it's definitely gonna need some tires. So I wouldn't want to go too far with them being dry rotted like that. So anyway, I'm charging up the GoPro so I can put the hat on, and we'll take it for a ride here in a minute. So be right back. All right, guys, got the hat cam on. Had to reboot the GoPro because it wouldn't work right. So, all right, I put the crappy broke side cover back on. I've got the other one in here on the stand drying. So let's see what this thing does. Okay, one thing, the rear light is working, but if you hit the switch, it goes off and then comes back on. So I need to look into that. But let's see. Let's just take a tool around the yard first. Well, the speedometer says I'm doing 10. Front brake works. Could be adjusted a little bit, but it's good. Don't want grabbing too bad. Check the back brake. Locked them right up in the gravel. Brakes are functional. Now I might have a little bit of light in our eyes on the way up. A little sunlight. Alright, Speedo says 15, 20. We got a peg. We're at 25. Cutting out a little bit, may have to lean it out. There we go. We're getting a little bit of sputter. But I noticed that before with the air filters. It seems like they run better without an air filter on them. Of course, I could go with a different plug too. It's a BP4. So we hit, what, 25? She's a rocket. Maybe she just needs to be broke in a little bit. Nah, we're sputtering still. We're still at 25. Only at wide open. Getting just a little bit of sputter. I'll lean it out a little bit. Yeah, we're pegging it at 25. Let's look back here. Yeah, we got a little bit of smoke, but I did coat the inside of the tank after I cleaned it with two-stroke oil. And plus, it's still got to burn stuff off of the pipe. Oh, come on. Oh, make it up the hill. You do not like steep hills. I'll try leaning it out just a hair. I think it's running pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Horn works, sounds pathetic. There you go, guys. So I think we'll wrap this piece of it up. Yeah, it's still burning. I had oil, when I put that tank on there, I had oil flowing everywhere. I kind of overfilled the back tank, and so it's gonna take a bit to burn off. But still gotta do the headlight. Got that piece there drying, and get the headlight done. Take a look at, and the tail light may have something to do with the headlight since I had to turn off these wires in here, but troubleshoot that. I did put a new bulb in here for the brights. It's not working, but then the headlight's not hooked up. So what else? New tires. Still got to fix the seat. Tweak the carb just a little bit. You know, and I may get that iridium plug out of the 78 and see how that does, because I haven't noticed that one cutting out. But I can also check. I've checked the carb settings, but none of these bikes are the same. So, like I said, I'm pretty happy with how it is so far. All right, so we're gonna wrap this up, and thanks for watching, and I hope you got something out of it. All right, guys, we're gonna just go for a little ride up the road. I've got the carb pretty much adjusted as well as I can get it adjusted. I did pull the plug, and it's a nice chocolate brown. I am still getting a little bit of sputter, but I dropped the needle down one slot. I have dorked with the air fuel mix, and I mean it's an occasional sputter here and there, but it's not running lean, so we're gonna leave it like that. We're just gonna go just up the road a little bit. There's a big hill. I don't know if you guys can see down in this valley where I live. There's a nice big hill up that way. I should have enough gas to make it up there. If not, I'll be walking it back. I just got the hat cam on. I need to mess with my helmet mount. Sputter, it comes and goes, and you don't even have to be wide open throttle. So I may try another plug. That runs fine. Get a nice view of the creek. I'm pulling this hill pretty good. I'm doing about 15. See how she does up this hill. Chugging along right about 20. So I do apologize for if there's a whole lot of wind noise. Like I said, I got the hat cam on. Wide open throttle here. We're doing about 18, maybe 20. I think you're doing good. And actually the seat's pretty comfortable. Here's the steepest part. We're dropping. We're down to 15, 16. We'll make it though. Right back in there is where I lost my drone the one time. I found it. Okay, we're down to 15, 14. Oh, we're picking up speed. Yeah, this baby's got it. It's a rocket. Now you can kind of see, I'll turn around here, you'll kind of get a look at the valley. Which I think GPS that one time. I don't know, maybe I can put an altitude thing on here. I think it's about 700 foot difference between where my house is and where I am right now. But you can get a nice view down there. Take a nice leisurely cruise back. Sure, we can pick up quite a bit of speed going downhill. That one is coasted. Kind of wanted to see how well this thing is going to run. Driving around back in here, make sure it's going to be reliable and, you know, not break down on me. Yeah, I know it's not a motorcycle. Doesn't have to be though. Fun to ride, easy to ride. 25, 26 miles an hour. Yeah, it's picking up pretty good speed. Yeah, I'm wearing all the latest safety gear. Shorts. I do have shoes on, not flip-flops. And I got my gloves. And I got a hat. The GoPro would protect my head, you know. Ow, that was a bug. Yeah, let's go to the right here. We'll go over to the metal bridge. I should have been paying attention to my odometer. If I go for walks down here, I never have any idea how far I'm walking. See how well this thing handles a metal bridge deck. I don't like metal bridge decks. It's a little wobbly. Not bad. We'll come over here and get a nice view of the creek. This is Lawfree Creek. I think I've said in another video, it's, I don't know, a few miles shy of being classed actually as a river, but, oh, this thing gets to roaring when we get a lot of rain. Well, the bridge deck is fine. And we got some soybean growing here. I'll have to bring the yellow one out and see if it sputters. I did check. I thought I had an iridium plug in it, but I have the same BP4HS. Just up that way. Now we're at the bottom. Well, not quite the bottom. We'll be at the bottom here shortly. Wow, it feels cool. Nice and cool back here. All these trees. We have had a lot of rain lately, but it really hasn't brought the creek up much. Surprising for July and August, as much rain as we've got. Brakes work great on this thing. I adjusted the back one a little bit. Front one, yeah, I could probably do it a tad more. I don't think it'd make it up that. A little too steep. Yeah, this bridge is ancient. Well, this is our Sunday drive. Make sure nobody's flying up behind me. Dogs do that. This thing ain't got the balls to get out of the way of nothing. Well, guys, that's from that bridge to here was about 8/10 of a mile, 7/10 of a mile. So there she is. Really cool to just tool around on. You ain't gonna get anywhere fast, that's for sure, but it is a nice, enjoyable ride, and it's actually really comfortable. So, like I said, I still got to fix the throttle cable and the choke cable. I've got new ones I'm gonna put on. I'll do that here. I don't know if I'll do it today, but we'll get it done. And you know, it's a beast. So hey, thanks for going along on the ride with me. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope you enjoyed some nice scenery. So yeah, catch you guys soon. All right, this is just a continuation. We've got the 79 on the left, the orange one. We have our 78 on the right, the yellow one. And as far as I know, this thing runs fine. One thing I do need to adjust is this plastic cover. I need to do something with that, but when I put a new coil in it, that thing's kind of bulging in there. So we're going to take this one for a ride. All right, let's make sure I got fuel on. Haven't started this one in a while. See what she does. No choke. Of course, I just turned the fuel on. Let me try it one more time without a choke. Let's choke it. We're just going to go down this way real quick because I need to clock how far I walked. And I died. I definitely need to adjust the front brake on this one. It's not grabbing too well. does the same sputter thing. So that's 3/10 of a mile. Really old graveyard right there. Pretty cool. So they both do the sputter thing. Ah, maybe it's a Honda Express thing. Hell, I don't know. My horn don't work. Kinda. Chuck, get in the house. Or yard. I'm showing about 24. I have never taken this one other than where you just seen me go. These are the only two scooters I've ever had, so I don't know if the newer ones do that, kind of sputter. But she's doing about 18 according to Speedo. I know that GPS was hanging up on the first part of this. It starts working once I get down to that metal bridge. This one's got a little stiffer steering, but I did redo the shocks and everything on this one. Feels like the other one has a little more oomph. I don't know, I need to do a compression reading on this one and see what it's clocking in at. I know the other one was 125. I'm curious to see if it makes it up this hill. I'm doing about 18. I may be walking up part of this hill. Yeah, we're down to, I don't know, 12. 10, 11. I think it'll make it. little 50 cc's, man. They don't like these steep hills. I hope, you know, I turned on that elevation thing. I'll turn on this piece of it and see if the GPS is working to show the height elevation from my house up here. To get my little fuel can attached to the back here. I gotta look and see what the specs are and how much gas these things even hold. No clue. It's not a whole lot. I don't even think it's a gallon. You can kind of see just how far to go. That way if I run out of gas, at least I can make it back to the house. I wouldn't go too far. This one's also got brand new tires, which would definitely affect a little bit of the handling aspect of it. We'll just turn around here and go back. Down that way one day. We can do a complete circle. I was cruising about 18, 15, I don't know, something like that. GPS will show it if it's working up here. Should be working up here. It's on top of the hill. I'm guessing this one's probably a little down on the compression. Which, you know, we could put a bigger head on it. Nope. It's fine the way it is. Although I do need to fix my horn. Kind of works off and on. Maybe the button. I just coasting down that hill. Actually, putting on some of the brakes. I was riding at Campus 60 the other day, and that thing's really not a whole lot faster than this. Maybe 10 miles an hour. nice, cushy, bouncy ride. And it's not terribly loud, which is kind of nice. I know a lot of these two-strokes can get kind of obnoxiously loud. This one ain't bad. And yeah, my headlight does work. I don't know if you can see it shining down on the ground there. I have to stand up. Well, this one appears just as fast. It just doesn't seem to have as much low-end torque as the other one. That one says I'm doing 25. Let's see what the GPS says. Oh, we got all the naked ladies. I don't know what the technical name of these things are. But they grow up and they're very weedy looking. And so I mow them down, cut them back, and these still grow. So that's pretty cool. I know this thing ain't gonna make it up this hill now that I stopped. Oh, so we'll go down. Oh, we'll go through the yard. My favorite riding spot. These are our pot plants. I don't know what they're called, but they smell just like pot plants. And all of these, that's a locust tree I need to pull out. All of these are seed pods, so I need to cut all these back, otherwise next year we'll have literally a million of them things growing up. Bees love them though, so it's all good. All right, guys. That is the journey. So like I said, we got our 79, we got our 78. They both were running good. I still got to do the headlight on the orange one and those cables, which we discussed. But yeah, they're fun to fool around on. This thing was a heap. I actually do have a video out there. Maybe I can throw one of them cards or something up on it. Of how this thing looked when I first got it. So, but anyway, hey, thanks for going along on the ride with that one too. It's a beautiful day for a ride, so have a good one, and be yakking at you guys here soon.